So you won't mind the way I'm going to take it. Just take it like that. So at the end of this, my presentation, we want to improve the student interest, participation, and learning outcome in STEM education, with a special emphasis on the PheT simulation module. And when we are talking about, I think the third slide now. Let's have the third slide now. The third slide. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Let's just play around. PheT simulation is an interactive simulation, and it is a project at the University of Colorado. It's a non-profit open educational resources project that was created to, to enhance the learning outcomes of students in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Nigeria as a country, this has been introduced to us in the year 2019, and by God's grace, I happen to be one of the 35 Goga Master Trainer throughout Africa that happened to be a train-the-trainer masters in this area, and we will be at the forefront of using this with teachers across the country. So can I have the next slide? What do we use PheT simulation for? What do we use PheT simulation for? Can we have the next one? So I said PheT simulation provide fun. It is a free interactive research-based science and mathematics simulation. Like I said, there are some concepts in science that are somehow abstract in nature to treat for by teachers. So with PheT simulation, it's more or less as a virtual laboratory where you break things down for students. Because the children that we have in these days, being a digital native, children that were born into technology, the way they do their things is quite different from the way we do things in those days. So PheT simulation module provide fun, and it is a free interactive research-based science, mathematics, and simulation. So and it is extensively test and evaluate each simulation that ensure education effectiveness. So can I have the next one? Can I have the next one? All right, thank you. So how do we use PheT simulation in classroom? Unlike the conventional method that you have to, it is a scheduled hour. When you are working with students in the laboratory, you have just 40 minutes, minimum of 40 minutes, or maximum of 80 minutes to spend with the student. The PheT simulation, with PheT simulation, classroom engagement can continue after the school hour. That is during your scheduled hour, which is either minimum of 40 minutes or maximum of 80 minutes. Classroom engagement can continue after the school hour with your student using the PheT simulation module. So let's see the next one. Let's see the next one where we are talking about the difference between PheT simulation as a virtual instructional engagement and that of our conventional method. Let's look at it from the end of the conventional method that we were all known with. We said it has its own advantage, and its advantage is that it has access. You have access to real equipment. If you are looking for baker, you will get everything there. Whatever instrument apparatus you need, you get it there. But the only thing that if you are not an expert, or if you have not done your science to some level, the teacher may likely not allow you to touch it. And that is why most schools these days, they don't allow science students to, to start working with practical. They expect them to start doing practical from SS2. So till when they were mature, when they can handle some apparatus in the laboratory. Then another advantage that this one has is the traditional method has is that it has a face-to-face interaction with teachers. You talk to your teachers one-on-one, but it has its own disadvantage. And its disadvantage is what makes PheT known and what makes people accept PheT simulation module over the traditional ways of doing practical with students. And one of the disadvantages is that it has a scheduled hour. That means once that 40 minutes that have been scheduled for that your particular practical class is obstructed with one thing or the other, class activity cannot take place at that moment. Then number two is that the cost of maintaining those apparatus these days, especially with the situation of things around, with the economic meltdown here and there, cost of maintaining it, even sometimes when we look at some of our public and private schools, there are no lab attendants to attend to some of these apparatus. In one way or the other, those things are fading out and they are no more in use by some of our teachers. For this shortcoming of the traditional ways of doing practical with our students is what gives PheT simulation an upper hand. And its own advantage is that it is a virtual demonstration of experiment and it displays set-by-set explanation. It also has a close proximity. It has a close proximity. There is no need for you to say you are looking for students that break a baker yesterday. You don't need that because it has the real data and access are there for you to access online. I think this will definitely allow me to share some of the PheT simulation. So another advantage is that it is very easy to access and it has no ethnic issue. We have some areas where they will give you some rules and regulations. We have some locations in Nigeria where they will tell you that they don't believe in some scientific experiments. So therefore, you may likely not carry out some experiments in some part of the country. But with PheT simulation, the PheT simulation has no ethnic issue at all. Since it is a virtual engagement, you go there, you access it, and it is optional, whether you like it or not, you can use it. And if you don't like it, you can just go. But because of the advantage that it has over traditional setting, it makes students to, to love playing around some of the interactive tools that we have on the PheT simulation. But like I said, there's nothing that has advantage that doesn't have disadvantage. One of the shortcomings of PheT simulation is that it needs basic knowledge of computer before you can operate it. And I'm sure many people that are with us now, they are technologically inclined. And then thank God for COVID-19 that has exposed some of our STEM teachers on how to make use of some of these interactive tools. So as a 21st century teachers, you need some little, let me say, basic knowledge of computer in operating some of these PheT simulation module that I'm talking about. Can I have the next slide? So if you look at the title that I put there, I'm talking about PheT simulation and another thing that we call inquiry learning space, which can be accessed under grabs.eu. It's an European nation platform. And I believe if time still permits me, I'm going to show you the environment where you can access grabs that we call inquiry learning space. So you can also access some of these labs on the Go Labs, Goes African. Like I said, it's an European commissioned funded collaborative project, and it is an innovative funding scheme that was introduced to African in the year 2019. So far so good, dear colleagues, and then wonderful STEM teachers that are joining us all over the world. Just permit me, let me quickly take us to, can you please allow me to share my screen? Possibly you make me co-host so that I can quickly take you to where we can access PheT simulation module.
You can share your screen. You can share your screen. You are a co-host.
All right, so thank you very much. So let me quickly do that. So I'm going to take you, all what you just need to do, just sign up on PheT, simulation site. Just go to your browser and type PheT simulation. Like I said, by God's grace, I happen to be one of the translators, a global translator for PheT simulation, where PheT simulation is being translated into 120 languages. So as a Nigerian and as also a teacher from the southern part of the country, I'm translating PheT simulation into Yoruba. So that means once you get under PheT simulation, you can easily see. So let me share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
All right, thank you very much. So this is PheT simulation. Like I said, it is a project at University of Colorado, and it was introduced to us by some set of educators from the University of Twanti in Nigeria, where I am privileged to be among the first 35 Goga Masters in the whole of Africa. So when we are talking about PheT simulation, it has different modules. There is simulation, there is teaching, there is research, there is initiative, then you can also make donation. At the same time, you can sign up on PheT simulation. But because of our time, I'm going to share this link on the chat box so that some of our STEM educators that are here with us, you can easily sign up on PheT simulation and start using it in enhancing the learning outcome of our students in their science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. As for me, as a mathematics teacher, I quickly want to look at one of the PheT simulation in the areas of mathematics. So I'm going to look that, and I will quickly consider some of the topics that are somehow abstract in nature in dealing with. So let me look at graphing quadratic. As we all know, graph as a topic in mathematics is somehow complex in nature in handling by our teacher. Because if you want to take a graph or anything that has to do quadratic graphing, your students will need graph, they will need graph book, and you yourself as a teacher, you will need graph board in order to explain this concept to your student. But with PheT simulation module, you can just go under the PheT simulation module, just sign up on it and display this before your student. You can make use of any gadget with your student. Then once you are done with this, you can later share the link with your student where your student can play around this after school hour. Sometimes they can also play around this during weekends, and if they were opportune sometime during the holiday, and give them different questions that they can play around this. And as they are playing around this as a digital native, this is going to enrich their learning outcome in that particular topic. Once I'm done with mathematics now, because I know little about physics, I may likely go into physics or biology, where we see other interactive tools that we can use that can enrich the learning outcomes of students in mathematics. So for this, for instance, let me assume, just look at what I'm doing now. You see that when the coefficient of S squared is positive, the shape is giving me U shape. Look at this now. Can anyone tell me what happened to the graph now? What happened to my graph? Audience.
I think it has gone back to the origin.
Yes,
0.
It has gone back to the origin. So anytime the coefficient of S squared is 0, the equation or the graph definitely becomes a linear equation. It will become a linear equation. So let me take it down. Once it is negative, when the coefficient of S squared becomes negative, what happened to the graph of that quadratic equation? What happened? What shape is it giving us?
Is U shape inverted?
It's giving me what shape?
U shape, but is inverted.
All right, thank you very much. So let me make it positive. Once it is positive, what happened? U shape. So that is, anytime the coefficient of S squared is positive, the quadratic graph is going to give you U shape. Once it is negative, the quadratic graph is going to become N shape. So let me set this. Let me assume I'm setting a quadratic equation to be minus 0.69 S squared plus 3x minus 1.6, which happen to be constant. A quadratic equation can, the general form of quadratic equation is AS squared plus BS plus C, where A is the coefficient of S squared and B is the coefficient of X, when the while the C is the constant of that value. So with this now, I've been able to draw the graph of this quadratic equation without bringing graph board into my class, without stressing my students with graph sheets, without stressing them with graph book. Because without graph book, it will be difficult for students to get the concept of quadratic equation. So with this now, I'm going to look for the root of my equation. Can anyone quote, can you tell me the root of my quadratic equation? I've just brought out a mirror that will show me the intersection between my what? The graph of that equation with what is it called? The x-axis. Can you see this now? So who can tell me what is the root of my equation? Please, I want this section to be interactive. What is the root of my equation?
Mathematics teacher in the house, please, can you tell us?
So I want the mathematics teacher to talk now. No, to be sincere with us, this is not issues of mathematics teacher or not. I believe most of us here, we are all STEM teachers. And yes, that is why we are making use of PheT simulation module. Being a virtual, all right, thank you, ma'am. What do you call it?
+2.
No, let's look at it very well. Let's look at it very well. Now, I'm just using this to explore this. Let me go to the standard form. Maybe it will be, I think it will be clearer when I get to this place. So I'm going to show another equation now. 1s squared plus, this is a common one that most teachers use. 1s squared plus 5x. Immediately any of your teacher want to teach you quadratic equation, they first of all run into this. All right, so they normally go into 1s squared plus 5s plus 6. Without touching this, can any mathematics teacher tell me the root of this equation? Any mathematics teacher in the house?
+5.
Yes,
+2 and +3.
All right, +2 and +3. Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you, man. So this is the general one that most of us do. So with PheT simulation module, with graphing quadratic, I can ask this simulation to tell me the vertex of this equation. The vertex is the x is -2.5, while the y is -0.25. The axis of symmetry, I'll just check the axis of symmetry and it'll bring out the axis of the symmetry for me. Then the root of the equation is going to give me this. Then what is that equation that is showing me? Can we see the equation? The root of this equation is -3 and -2. So with this, after using the conventional method, after engaging our students with conventional method, we can also introduce our students to this virtual, what is it called? This interactive simulation that can enrich the learning outcomes of our students in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So I'm going to pause here for a while I entertain one or two questions on this simulation before I go into the junior section, because this can actually be used with senior secondary school students. I'm going to show you other one that we can use with our junior secondary school students, where they can see this as a game. Then, like in most of my presentation, the most questions that normally come up is that people normally ask us that, where do you expect our students to get gadgets to play around with this at home? I want to tell you that during COVID-19, during the lockdown, I want to put this to you. Where did parents get phone they use in engaging their students during the lockdown? I'm even aware we have some parents that challenge some private schools. That, do you know there are many schools that have been using WhatsApp, using Zoom to engage their students? And once you have not been doing anything, you are invariably, if you have not started integrating technology into education in your own school, you may likely lose your student as a result of that. So at this juncture, dear participants, I'm going to pause to entertain one or two questions before I make use of the one for the junior section.
Before you go to the one of the junior section, can we see questions on biology?
All right, am I still on?
Did you hear me,
Yes,
sir? Sorry.
yes, you are on. You are on. You are on.
So please, you can raise your, use the reaction to raise your hand so that I will quickly, I don't know, how many minutes did you give me, sir? The CEO, sir.
Okay, we can have about 30 more minutes, 40 minutes, please.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. I think that will give me an opportunity to move into other STEM subject. So any question on this?
I have a question.
Any question on this?
I think someone is raising up hand.
I have a question, sir.
Please raise up your hand if you have a question, please, so that we can recognize you. Please raise up your hand. You know, this is also a class. Please raise up your hand as you want your student to do. Okay. I think we have Amarachi Popul and Akim Saka, Miss Sonny Enola. That's 3. Okay, so let's have Amarachi Popul. Amarachi Popul, please ask your question.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I want an example on biology. I'm not too familiar with mathematics, so can we please get examples on biology?
All right, no problem. I'm going to do that. Once I'm done with this, I will definitely go into biology. Though I'm not a biology teacher, I'm a mathematics teacher. And like I told you, if not because of I've decided to use this. I think I have 50 mathematics tricks that I can share with you, possibly before the end of this, if the CEO can permit me to share that. So I'll come back to the areas of biology for you to see. All right, the next participant.
That's Akim Saka.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. My question is this. I don't understand the word simulation. I didn't get that. Yes, I didn't simulation. I didn't understand the concept.
All right.
And how do we get into the usage of this particular thing? How do we get into it properly? Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll quickly answer. Let me quickly answer that. Then how do we get into this environment? I'm going to put the link to have access to this. I've just sent that into the chat box now. You can access this, sign up on the platform as a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics teacher, and you start making use of STEM simulation. I think I've shown you how we can navigate around this. Then you ask a question that what did they mean by interactive simulation? When we talk about simulation, can somebody help us out on that? Simulation.
I think is to arouse interest. What stimulation?
Thank you very much. Something that can arouse your interest in a particular thing. So this being an interactive tools, it will more or less charge you because the more you operate, the more you play around these particular tools, you get more understanding about that concept you are sharing. So thank you very much. So the last question.
Okay, good evening, sir. My question goes: is this PheT, is it an app, or how would we get it?
Yes, it's an open source application built by the University of Colorado, and it was introduced to us in Africa in the year 2018. A lot of researches has gone on this. By God's grace, the gentleman before you, we've written an institution-based research on this, where I happen to be a project secretary on this. So in the absence of none, let me move to the one that can work for the students in junior secondary school. So let me go into the one that can work with students in junior secondary school.
You're welcome, Abel. Thank you, sir.
So I want to quickly go into that so that we can see.
While you do that, sir, please, I want us to do well to on our video. We want to take some pictures of us. Please do well to on your video so we can take some pictures of us, the participant. Please, you can do us the honor of owning your video so that we can take some pictures so you can be visible. Thank you so much.
Please I'm on the road, though. I don't know whether it's going to be cleared. I'm on the road.
Okay.
You can see the environment here.
Okay.
But I'll try and open it. Open it.
Thank you. So please do. Joy will take some pictures now. You can proceed, sir.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So the next thing I'm going to do now is let me share my screen again so that you can see how we normally access the platform. I think I've shared the link to access this on the chat box. I will also share it on the WhatsApp platform. I think I'm on the WhatsApp platform as well. So I said another one I'm going to share. Another simulation I'm going to share is also going to be in mathematics as well, and this will be useful for students at primary and the junior secondary school level. And then we can actually go into this and play around some of those things that we have under this. So let me do it in this way. So another thing is that you can.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Before you move, please. How if if I now practice this and we are lost somehow, how do we connect? In the way of opening it, download, and then we are trying to connect, and then we are lost somehow. How do we now come?
You can contact. I think I'm going to drop my. If the CEO can permit me to do that, I will drop my WhatsApp contact. And I also have some videos on this first simulation on my Facebook page, Adewale Kayode online class. If there's anything that is not clear there, you can go there. You can also reach out to me on WhatsApp. I'm always available to attend to all your questions.
Thank you. I think that one. I can get that. I think that one is better. I think that one is better.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready to attend to all questions. So for this, it is called area builder. So for area builder, for those of us that know areas very well, it's talking about when we are talking about shapes, we have two things that we can do under shapes. You can look for the areas of that shape. You can also look for the perimeters of that shape. So as a STEM teacher, be it at primary school or junior secondary school level, if you want a clearer, if you want to explain this concept in best way to your student, you will need to come into class with cards or what to call what's it called, teaching aids or shapes that you can actually show to your students about some of these shapes. But with PheT simulation, there is no need for you to start looking for cardboard here and there to cut. Just log into the platform and click. So let me first of all explore this for you to see. Inside this bowl, I'll call it bowl now, there are shapes inside it. And once I bring this shape out, it's going to tell me the name of the shape, it will tell me the perimeters of the shape, and it will tell me the area. So I will bring this out now. This is 1 unit all around. And can anyone tell me, when you have a shape that all the sides are equal, what is the name of that shape?
It's a square.
A square. Good of you. Now I'm going to add another one. I will add another square with another square. What would that become?
That's a rectangle.
Good. It becomes a rectangle. So 2 square will give you a rectangle. With this now, once it is 1 unit all together now, it's going to become 2 by what? By 1. And if you look up here, you see that the areas of this shape is 2. Why the perimeter is equal to what? 6. Perimeter simply means the measurement of the outside boundary of that shape. Now, I'm going to bring up another one now. What can you call this shape? What can you call this shape?
Irregular shape.
All right, somebody said an irregular shape. Good. Any other name? What other name can we call an irregular shape? What other name can we call an irregular shape? Okay, let me help you out because of our time. Another name we can call an irregular shape is compound shape. Compound shape. 2 or more shapes inside a particular shape. As for this now, you see that when I was building this, there is a rectangle on this. The upper layer is rectangle, while the lower one is what? Is square. And this becomes a what? A compound shape. That is a shape that has 2 or more shapes. So let me build another one more. So what is this giving me now?
A square.
Thank you very much. So now let's now go into game. Assuming you have used this with your students during the school hour, and you now leave them on how to use this. Like I said earlier, there are many questions I know that will be bothering your mind here. That okay, if you said I should be using this, how will my students use this after the school hour? This is a tested platform. This is what I have done. As a Yoruba man, Nigerians, you know, we are somehow funny. If you go to an orthopedic doctor, what is it called? The northern part, the northern people, when you go to them for as an orthopedic patient, they will tell you this is what has happened to me in the past, and this is what I know. This has been the question that have been bothering my mind when I was about using PheT simulation. That how will I use this simulation with my student after the school hour? So I devised a means, and the method that I use is that I liaise with the school administrator. that is the principals of my school, that I need the WhatsApp contact of all the parents of SS1, SS2, and SS3 students. So we created a platform that we call After School Engagement. So where we added all the parents. So once I use the simulation with my students during the school hour, I will share the assignment I want them to work on after the school hour on that WhatsApp platform. And they will be playing around some of those things. They will do the assignment and they will share their answer on that platform with me. Like I said, if time still permits me, I'm going to introduce us to that inquiry learning space where you can integrate a PheT simulation into your inquiry learning space. So let's quickly go to the game aspect of it. Now, like this now, it looked like a game. And you know our digital native, they love something like this. Playing around something like this, you know, they will not know before they know they are actually, you know, exploring something educative. They will think they are playing game. So let's play this game. Let's see this as a game now. I'm going on level 1, and the level 1 is trying to tell me, let's see, the level 1 is trying to tell me that I should build a shape that has areas of 10. Can somebody give me an hint? What would be the dimension of such shape?
2 by 5.
Good. God bless you, man. 2 by 5. Can we build that? You check the graph, check the shape. Then you come here. I want to build 2 by 5. All right.
Not 10 by 1.
2 by 5. All right. See this one. I'm building 2 by 5. 2 by 5. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So once you have built this, the next thing for you is to check. You check whether this is correct or not. I'm going to check it now. What is the response?
10.
Yes. So that means what I have built is correct. I'll click the next button. It will ask me to build another one. So what is this one? 18.
It could be 3 by 6.
Okay.
6 by
3
2.
by 6 or
Okay. So
2
let
by
me build.
9.
9 by.
I want what am I going to build now? Oh yeah, I'm waiting now.
9 by 2.
9 by 2.
Yes.
Is this correct? Okay, let me assume if this is not correct, let me take this out back to the box. Assuming this one is not correct, and the student go ahead and check. What do you see?
Try again.
Try again. So that means this is not correct. So the student will keep on trying until he gets it. Now, can you see this now? It's not what? Correct. So unknowing to the student, they will think they are playing game. Invariably, you have taught them shapes in the class, especially two-dimensional shape. And with these interactive tools, you have been able to what? To explain the concept of two-dimensional shape to them, how they can find the areas of that shape, and also how they can find the perimeters of that shape. So thank you, and God bless you. So for that, my friend, that wants something on other what is it called? Other subject. So let me give us room to ask questions on this before I move to other science, other STEM related subjects. Any other question? Any question? Can we raise our hand? Let's use the reaction box to raise our hand to ask questions so that there will be another meeting.
Hello, sir. Please, is this a view for the lower primary as well?
By God's grace, you can use this for primary school students.
Wow.
Any other question?
Okay, somebody is trying to talk.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Going in.
So while waiting for your question, I want to check simulation in other subjects. Let me see. I think I still know about let's see, biology. For instance. Yes, let me see if I can see something on photosynthesis. I'm a mathematics teacher, but I could remember when I was in secondary school, my biology teacher defined photosynthesis as a process whereby green plants manufacture through the chlorophyll. So when my biology teacher wants to teach me photosynthesis, it takes my biology teacher almost 2 or more weeks to take me photosynthesis. The first thing they will ask you to do is to bring beans or any seeds to school. Then the next thing, you will come to school with carton. They will plant the seed. They will cover that seed with a carton. Then they will just cut small part of it where it will be receiving sunlight. Then they will tell you that after some time, when this seed germinates, it will, the growth of that thing will be tending towards where the sunlight is coming in.
Okay,
If you want to take this, yes, if you want to take this.
So it's not that I'm touching, I just touch one place and I'm hearing.
Hello?
Please move on.
All right. So with these days, you cannot try this with digital native. If you want to ask them, if you want to take them for photosynthesis and you ask them to bring carton to school, you even be hearing them, what do you want to use with carton? Shebi is a teacher now, you should go and provide this. Being a digital native, if you ask them to bring seed, they can build you a seed that cannot germinate. Being a digital native, they will even ask you different questions about those things you are doing. In fact, if care is not taken, you may be frustrated with the kind of question they will be asking you. But with PheT simulation module, let's try. I've not seen it before, but let me see if I can see something around that photosynthesis. Let me search. Okay, I think I've seen photoelectric effect. I don't want to pick a simulation that, okay, I think I've seen photoelectric effect. So let me run this. I think I will need to, this cannot, okay, let me see this. Let me reactivate this. Or let me choose other that are somehow common to us.
Okay. It's like our moderator is trying to fix something over there. Please, if you can hear me, raise your hand. Signify if you can hear me. Can anybody hear me? All right, thank you. While we wait for our moderator, let me quickly have a recap of what we have learned so far. So far, we have been informed about the PheT simulation, and we were taught that simulation means something to keep you going, something to get your attention. Then the PheT simulation is a website. Okay, is it on? Mr. Mr. Emerald, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
All right. I'm trying to recap what we have done.
Yes. Go ahead. I think he's having network issue. That's the problem.
All right. So the PheT simulation, that's www.phet, that's phet.colorado.edu, has a lot of packages for STEM teachers. It has science courses, it has mathematics courses that we can learn from, that we can use in our classes. So this will help us and save a lot of time in trying to get resource materials. No doubt we cannot do without resource materials, but at least the children will have something on their own to work and play with. So remember that we said we are the ones that always say, what I do, what I am involved in, I will never forget. So when the child does what you have taught him, he or she will never forget. He will always remember. When Montessori first began, some schools did not participate. But when it now became the order of the day, you can see many people running into it. If I'm not mistaken, S.T.E.M has been in vogue for more than 2 years now. That, if I'm not mistaken, but I know it must have been existing before that time. But it came, let me say it this way, it came to my own knowledge 2 years ago that there is something called STEM education, incorporating STEM program into our school curriculum. So as school owners, let us try to think and call in our science teachers how to utilize the STEM kits so that it can help us to have more impact on these children learning. The goal is not, like I said in one of my posts today, it's not a matter of competition that what I do in my school, I don't want another school to know. No, the goal is collaboration. In my school, we are doing STEM. How can you do it in your school? Ask me, let me tell you. This is how we do. This is the person that guided us. Then we link one another to the right person so that we can get concrete idea, not then say stuff. So we hope that everyone here has taken down one or two things, and we will try to reflect on what we have taken down.
Okay, I think Mr. Adewale is back. Mr. Adewale, are you there?
I'm back. So sorry for the something. So let me quickly, like I said, so let me share my screen again. I've just shared that of physics. This is a simulation in physics, and it's talking about force. So if a teacher wants to take this now, it will be difficult. You just continue stressing yourself all the time in explaining this, the best way you can do this, possibly you go and copy something, you call it instructional material and start showing it. The children of these days, they were not free with all your instructional material because they are digital native. Those children you are showing cardboard to, they've actually been exposed to different games.
Oh, yeah, bring that here.
Please, hello, can you help me too? All right.
Sorry, please, Mr. Adewale, unmute yourself. Sorry.
All right, so those students, you are actually trying to come up.
Please, can we mute? Sorry, Mr. Adewale, can we mute our mics, please? Please, we are teachers, and then I know when you're in class, you don't want your student to be making noise. Please, can we portray what we teach, please? When you're in a program like this, do well to mute your mics so that you won't disturb others. It's a normal rule that we should follow. This is a class. Please, let's do that, please. You can move on, please.
All right, thank you. So with this now, is either you come into class with apparatus that can assist you in breaking this concept down to your student. But with interactive tools, you don't need to bring all these things down, or the student may likely be looking at you as a stressed teacher or another thing entirely. So, but with this, I can decide, let me just increase these marks. Can somebody tell me what I'm getting now? As I'm increasing the marks, what happened? What happened to the focus on the marks too?
It's becoming bigger.
It's becoming bigger. All right. So let me try to reduce this. Can we see this now? It has been reduced. So when you look at this one, the focus on the marks 2 by max is giving me 41.7 Newton. And if you look at the first on the marks for the second one, is also giving me this time. So if I decide to increase this again, can we see this now? So the more the first, look at this. Can somebody tell me the reactions on this? Let's show the constant size of this. So you can actually use this with your student to support whatever you are teaching in your class. Like I said, the only disadvantage that PheT simulation has is that there is need for that teacher to have basic knowledge of computer before you can operate this. Just basic knowledge. You don't need to spend the whole of the month in learning this. Once you have this knowledge about computer, you can operate this and you can actually use. You don't need to bother yourself on the student. They will definitely get it because they were born into technology age. Even if you leave this link with your student, just send this link on that WhatsApp platform that I asked you to open to create for them, and ask their parent to leave them with this link. You will be surprised that the following day your student will tell you a lot of things they have discovered about the interactive simulation. And that is why we call them digital native. Why you are digital immigrant? Because you are still struggling to use some of these tools. Meanwhile, because of their own nature, they will quickly get this before any other person. So ladies and gentlemen, and dear colleagues that are joining us, this is how far I can go on the using the PheT simulation and enriching learning outcomes of students in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics through PheT simulation module that I've just shown you now. If time permits us, possibly if I'm chance tomorrow, I will show you how we can make use of graphs tools. Or let me quickly, sir, like how many minutes did I have more?
Just about 5 minutes. We want to end by 8:30. Just about 5 to 10, 5 more minutes, please, sir.
Okay, 5 more minutes. Possibly
Yes.
I'm going to leave you with this. Maybe in our next seminar or in our next webinar, if the CEO can permit me, I will tell you more on how we can make use of what I call inquiry learning space, where we can integrate some of these tools with whatever things you want to use as a teacher and put it there. So as a teacher, for instance, if you want to teach this concept with your student, there are things you will need. You may likely need some pictures to explain this concept. You may need some video to support yourself. You may need some animation to support yourself. All those instruments you will need, you can pack them together and put them into what we call inquiry learning space. So I'm going to quickly show us an examples of an inquiry. I'm going to quickly show us an examples of an inquiry learning space. So let me show us this. Let me see. I'm going to share something on the WhatsApp platform with us now. So let's just watch out on the WhatsApp. Oh, sorry, on the chat box here.
Hello, sir. Please, biology or chemistry? Either biology or chemistry. Thank you.
Please just give me 1 minute. I'm going to share this now, and we will all look at this together. So just give me some minutes. I'm going.
Drill instructor, master, captain.
So let me give us room. Okay. Mr. Bali, can you go ahead with your question while working on this? Please, the acronym PheT. Okay. The acronym PheT means physics education. Physics education and technology. Go ahead with your own question. Go ahead with your question.
It's like he doesn't ask a question. His hand has been up since.
Hello, sir. Please, can you show us an example on biology and or chemistry?
You want an examples on biology or chemistry? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Can you still see my screen?
No, you are not sharing your screen now. Okay, now we can see.
I started sharing my screen.
Yes, we are seeing it now.
So if you want to see something on biology, just come under this, check simulation, click on biology. It's going to load all simulation for you on biology. Yes, I think there is a particular molecular polarity, or let me show color vision. This is on biology. Okay, so I'm going to do this now. So this is single bulb. See what is happening here. So I'm going to on this. So let's see the ray of light here. Can you see this? So let me increase this too. So what reaction are we getting?
The increase in the level of the light rays depends on what the person will see.
All right. Any other teacher? So let me share this link with us. Let me share this one with us. I'm going to share this in the chat box now, so that the biology teacher can actually make use of this. Then you can, once you get access to this link, you can sign up on the page. You can sign up on the platform. Like I said, it's an open source application. So there is no need for you to say you want to subscribe or you want to pay for anything before using this. So if time permits us, possibly in our next what is it called? Next webinar, by God's grace, I will also show you some of the applications you can actually use to evaluate them. They are under the inquiry learning space. There are other applications you can use. Okay, let me try it here.
Hello, sir. Is there a way we can teach English-related subjects using STEM?
The CEO, someone is requesting for English. Remember, this place is meant for STEM teacher, but you can. There's no grasp for languages. It's meant for science-oriented subjects.
Okay. Thank you.
Or you can actually use the inquiry learning space to build something under what is it called? Under this. I'm seeing this. So any other question? If you have any question, can we quickly ask our question? Questions?
Sir, not giving us the link to get to this simulation.
You don't have what?
The link to get to the simulation.
Share the link with us. I've shared the link with us. I've shared the link with us. Have you seen the link? All right, thank you. I think Mr. D have helped us to share the link again.
In the absence of no question.
Okay, I think I've seen what I'm looking for. So let me quickly share this in the next 1 minute.
All right.
Then I will send this to Ross now, so that possibly at our next section, if I'm permitted, I'm going to tell us how we can build this as a science, technology, and engineering and mathematics teacher. So let me quickly show us this. Can you click this? Can all of us click the link that I share on the chat box now? So once you click it, just put in your name. If you have access it, just say yes, so that I will know the numbers of people. I will even see it from my end here. I will surely know the numbers of people that have accessed it, and I will tell you the time.
I'm inside now.
Okay, just put in your name and then start exploring it. So what was the first thing you see?
I'm seeing different spoons and fork.
Okay, I scroll down.
Knives.
So what is the concept all about? What you are looking at now, what do you think? What do you think the topic is all about?
Perhaps home utensils or kitchen utensils.
I scroll down, you see
It's about sets.
It's about what?
Okay, sets, yes.
It's talking about sets. So this is actually talking about a set is a collection of items. So all those things you are seeing, they are collection of items. Set of cutleries, set of what is it called? Animals, fruits, and the like. Those are showing you the set of what? They are showing you collection of what? Items. So with this as a teacher, you don't need to stress yourself telling them that I want to teach you set theory. Once they just click it, exploring it, this will make that content stick in their memory for long, because they've actually discovered those things themselves. You are not the one that tell them that I'm teaching you set theory. You are the one. Due to the picture they are seeing, they were able to tell you that this is talking about collection of what? Items. So ladies and gentlemen, and dear participants, this is where I'm going to stop for now. And I don't know if there's any question before we round it up. Thank you and God bless you. So once again, my name is Kayode Adewale. I'm the instructor of Adewale Kayode online class.
Okay. Thank
Thank you,
you
sir. Thank you very much, sir.
so much. Appreciate. May God.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right.
I think we have some people raising up their hand. Chooks Collins and iPhone. Please, we'll give you Collins first. The iPhone, you have to tell us your name because you have to be aware of your name and the like. So, Chooks Collins, you can ask your question.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, and the webinar has been very, very impactful. And my question is actually handling primary classes. So my question is, like I've actually browsed through as he was talking, the PheT simulation. I'm not really seeing any age range or key stage tag on that simulation. So I don't know if it's because I've not registered officially, or I don't know why I'm not seeing it, or if that is how it's designed. I think it should at least for like similar application like IXL, they have age range that are tagged to it so that you know the get you are really looking for and the age range you are looking for. So that's my question. I want to know if it has something like that or it's just a general topic. For example, I think I saw something on fraction. So there was no age range on it actually, so that you, when I'm searching for something for a particular class, I know where I'm going to, not just looking at fraction holistically. That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I quickly react to that?
Yes, please.
All right. So I've just shared other information, other material from me where you know, there was a day I had some encounter with some set of students, and then they were like, "Sir, why are those students from international school, when they go for a competition, before they drop the question, they've got the answer? How are they getting it like that?" And I tried to explain to them that there are some techniques in mathematics that you need to know as a student, and once you know those techniques, you'll be able to answer any questions faster than any other student. And that was how I come about, you know, producing video content that is no more than 2 minutes, that I tag 50 mathematics tricks that can enrich the learning outcome of students in mathematics. So I've just shared this with us. By God's grace, if I'm permitted for the next class, you will see that in some of those inquiry learning space. So those are some of the tricks. I have 50 of them on my channel. You can check it. And then also, you can do me a favor by subscribing to the channel so that you get notification anytime I have any content that can assist you in that area. So to your own question, sir, there is age range on it. So the first thing you are going to do is that you are going to sign up on that place. So once you sign up, you can actually check those simulation that you want based on age range of the student. There are simulation for students in primary school. There are simulation for students at junior secondary school, and there are simulation for students in senior secondary school. I hope I've been able to answer your question now.
All right, that answers.
Thank you, sir.
So once again, I don't know if it can permit me. So like I said, if there is in the absence of none, let me quickly see.
I think some people persons are raising their hands.
Okay, let them go ahead with their question, please.
iPhone, who is iPhone? Please tell us your name.
Good evening. My name is Shakira Oluoko. I would like to say thank you to Mr. Adewale for this stimulating session and the entire host. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Akim Saka.
Hello, sir. My name is Mrs. Zakaria.
Okay.
Yes, I really appreciate the organizer of the program. May God Almighty bless you all. And I've learned a lot on this program. Yes, my question is this. While going through the link sent to us, the first thing I observed is that we're asked to type in a particular name, nickname or whatever. That I typed science, technology, engineering, mathematics, S.T.E.M, which is S.T.E.M. Okay, and it took me to a particular page. From that page, I'm unable to go further from there. So I don't know if there is any assistance I can see some pictures and some terms underneath. So, but I don't know how to go further from there, from that particular page.
All right. I understand you, ma. Now, once you log in, like I told you, I'm using a friend computer system. If not, I will prefer even logging in into that place so that you see. Once you log in, you check the top left corner where you have a 3 line. Click on that 3 lines. You will see other. You are going to see other. What is it called? Other slide, or let me say other presentation. You will see other slide or other information about that inquiry learning space. If you are making use of your phone, you can change your phone setting to desktop mode, so where you can quickly see other things. But if you are using laptop, you don't need to change anything. You are going to see it on the top left corners of it. You are going to see other information about that inquiry learning space. All right, the next participant.
Okay, I think we have Yusuf Abdurrahman. Yusuf Abdurrahman, can you hear us?
Yusuf Abdurrahman.
I think he's not there again.
Sir, you said I should check the right and left side for
the top left side, the top left side on your gadget.
I can't see any 3 dots there.
3 lines.
Lines. I can't see any lines.
All right.
There.
Can we have any participant that access it on his or her phone to tell us?
The lines are on the right, sir, not left.
Like 3 lines, Abby. 3 lines.
No, there are 3 lines there.
There are 3 lines there.
Yes.
It will be what can you say about set of sustainable development?
Yes, exactly.
Now,
yes.
Now I understand the letters they call sets, something like that.
Yes, that's exactly what you have there. All right, so madam, I think you get that now.
No, sir. What I can find there is the share mode, the edit mode, then the zoom mode, and cloud or whatever. So there is an arrow at the right side which indicates like an uploading stuff there. So
no. I'm not sure.
You're not on the page.
I'm not sure you are on the page. You are not accessing what we sent to you.
Oh.
Okay. So because although there is a share button, there is a cloud, there is like something like edit there, but the 3 lines is also there.
All right. Okay. Maybe. I don't know if you can permit me. I think all of us were on the WhatsApp page.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. What I will do is that I will share later in the day. I'm going to share the screenshot of how you can access some of those things one after the other. Then, if I'm permitted at the next webinar, I'll show how you can build this as a teacher, as a STEM teacher. So, any other question? Let's have that. But I'm going to share that. I'll share the screenshot too.
Okay, thank you.
Very much.
Seen it.
Okay. All right. So because I actually want everybody to get something about the concept. It won't speak well if you leave all what we are doing for almost 2 hours and we didn't get what we are here for.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate. What we are going to do is we are going to be incorporating this PheT of a thing into the program, the S.T.E.M educators program we are going to have. So the participant will have opportunity to also learn about this PheT fully. Okay. So we want to say thank you so much for your time, sir. It's been a wonderful